um, decided to do this, kind of kill two birds with one stone, and go live in the parking lot of the church where I walk. So basically, I had a few changes this week. My weight is down to 233. I said 133 the other day. My brother's like, "What?" 233. The ultimate goal is 200, so I'm well on my way to that. From 275 early in the summer to 233 now, so that's around now roughly about 40 pounds lost. However, I watched this documentary on The Biggest Loser, and it really concerned me because the what happened was the church that show finally went off the air uh, for a couple years, and the non-disclosure agreements that those people had to sign suddenly were void, and because of that, uh, they were able to finally talk about what being on that show had done to their health, and they were on an extreme version of keto, which is what I've been doing, and the caloric intake that they were asked to maintain was about, I don't know, 800 calories a day or something like that, 500 calories a day, something really, really incredibly low. And they exercised the crap out of them. And what happened was, while the early weight loss was really drastic and dramatic, it basically cratered their metabolism, and their metabolisms never come back. And so while they had an extreme weight loss at the front end of it, for the course of the show, um, what happened on the back end of it was long term effects were they basically gained most of their weight back, and now they're incapable of losing it. Whilst before they could lose it if they had the right diet plan. Now they're really incapable of losing it because their metabolisms are just gone. And so upon that, when I was watching that documentary, a dietitian came on, a doctor, uh, I don't know, sports medicine or something like that. Somebody's licensed dietitian. They came on and they said, ideally, you need to have at least 1,500 calories a day to maintain muscle mass, to maintain your body's functions, and you don't want your body in ketosis for longer than a few weeks at a time, because if you go into extreme ketosis for longer than that, then it alters your body chemistry, and eventually you. That's the reason why people yo-yo on keto diet so much, is because it suppresses. Eventually, your metabolism says to, oh crap, we're starving ourselves here, and it does an automatic function, which is it goes into hibernation, and sometimes it never comes back. So the change I've made is I've started adding some calories back into my diet. I'm not going whole hog, I'm not going to the buffet, or anything like that. But occasionally I'll eat something along the sweet side. Occasionally I'll eat something along the way, occasionally I'll eat a fry or two, or something like that. Not a lot of starches, but just something caloric, a higher caloric intake, cookie or something like that. But my weight gain has continued since I've started doing that, but it's slowed down, and naturally, a natural weight loss that won't damage your body or do permanent damage to you is about 1 to 5 pounds a week. It's not sexy. 1 to 5 is not sexy, and it's not, it's not something that just is immediately apparent. Um, but it's healthy weight loss, and that's what I'm going to start aiming at, about 1 to 5 pounds a week. As long as I've lost 1 to 5 pounds a week, I'm going to be happy. And I'm not going to sweat it too much. Um, and if occasionally I add more calories, you know, I'm going to be okay with that. But I'm not going to go whole hog into stuff like, I'm not going to go whole hog into stuff. I'm basically going to, you know, eat sensibly, like I have been. And I am going to take care of the business that I need to take care of. But that these changes are going to be healthier for me in the long run. It won't be as sexy to, you know, tell people how many pounds I've lost, you know, and it be this dramatic number. But as long as I'm heading in the right direction, you know, my goal, as long as my goals are getting to the point, um, that's what I'm going to go with. And like right now, here I am on a Sunday. It's New Year's Eve, and I'm going to be out here walking because that's what I do every day. And goals are met through increments, they're not met through drastic action. And drastic action will burn somebody out. And eventually, more drastic actions needed to get to the same level. And eventually, you get to where you can't do it anymore. And that's what happens to a lot of people. A lot of these things that I've read, uh, a lot of them seem to, the people hit the wall eventually, while the short-term effects were dramatic and really incredible and amazing. Um, the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I want this to be a permanent thing. I want this to be a long term. I want this to be a health change, and not just you know, oh, you know, I got down to this weight. You know, one of the people, one of the nurses that I've seen lately, I mentioned I was doing a keto and that I lost this weight on it. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was on keto. I lost the weight. Like, oh, I gained it all back, but I was on keto for a while." And that's the third or fourth time I've heard somebody say that. And so when I heard this documentary on The Biggest Loser, I was like, "Holy crap!" Funny thing about it is when these people started speaking out, suddenly The Biggest Loser came back as a show on a smaller network. And suddenly these NDAs are in effect again, and these people have to shut back up. And so this information got out. But I think it's amazing that they immediately, you know, oh shit, people are talking. We better get one. And the host of it now is one of the trainers from back then. Ironically, the trainers only did a weekend course to get certified to be trainers. It turns out they weren't. That wasn't their profession. Really. I mean, Julian Michaels was just like cussing people out and denigrating them and dragging them off of, you know, telling them that she'd rather see them die than get them off that the exercise bike and stuff like that. But she wasn't even certified. She did a weekend course. Holy crap! I mean, Hollywood. I mean, the extreme makeover movement that was going on back then. I mean, Extreme Makeover Home Edition were giving people homes that they couldn't afford, and most of them lost their homes. You know, they went from they were a homeowner. Their home was in disarray, but they were homeowners. And instead of, you know, like, they started demolishing the houses and putting these mansions up, and these people couldn't afford it. I could keep paying, and and it was just a devastating television movement back then, you know. And I mean, there was Extreme Makeover, you know, where they gave people plastic surgeries and stuff like that. Vince Neil got plastic surgery done during one of these shows, and he's never looked right since. I mean, he yeah, he lost weight and everything, but then he gained it right back, and now he's fat, Buddy looks weird, you know, because of his face looks young because of the plastic surgery, but the rest of him is sagging, you know, and it's just like, holy crap, you know, it's just not worth it. I want to get healthy. I don't want to become a cautionary tale. And so, for those of you out there that are actually following this, if you do the keto diet, do it for just a couple weeks at a time and let your body recover. But if you lose that dramatic weight loss, you know, like I did, um, eventually you're going to have to pay the piper. And so I'm making these changes hoping that I won't have to pay the piper for what's already occurred. Um, but I've started this exercise program, and that's helped a lot. Anyway, for the one or two people that actually watch these streams, thank you for checking me out today. This has been Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics, and we'll see you next time. Let's see if there's any chats over here. All right, no chats over here, no problem. Anyway, that's all I got for the day. I will talk to you guys later. Let me go take a walk. All right, that's it. All right, later, everybody. Have a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'll see you later.